Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So, this is presented to you by ONENESS in Love Inc. I am your host. My name is Jesani. I am a human design analyst. I'm also a witch. Don't tell anybody. And I have lovely guests here with me who love to introduce themselves. So, Setsu.
Hi. I'm not the guest, but
She's the owner, but we call her guest today.
this is Setsu Cafe, and thank you so much and welcome everyone. You guys are with us right now. My name is Setsu, and I'm the owner and CEO of ONENESS in Love Inc. Thank you for being here with us. And I was born as a psychic. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm dear friends with everyone here at ONENESS in Love Inc. And I am a maker. I live in Brooklyn. I also meet with others that are interested in breath work and humming, exercises that lead into self-discovery. It's called Soul Somatics. And yeah, I'm super excited to be here.
I'm Asia. I'm one of the members of the Heavenly Earth movement that's also created by ONENESS in Love Inc. So excited to be here.
Thank you, Asia. My name is Nao. I'm a staff at ONENESS in Love Inc. Also a member of Heavenly Earth movement. Also excited to be here. Thank you.
Ooh, very exciting time.
Yeah, let's start.
So I feel like all of us have a connection to what I do, what Jennifer does, what ONENESS in Love Inc. does, has to do with a lot of like self-discovery and understanding yourself. So I'll ask each of you, what is your favorite method, you would say, of self-discovery, of understanding yourself more? I can start if you would like.
Please.
Okay, so my favorite one is the one I'm utilizing right now. It's called human design. And human design is a very interesting and specific system because it mixes both science systems of like biochemistry, genetics, astronomy, quantum physics with spiritual sciences or spiritual systems like chakra system and astrology and the tree of life, the I want to say Kabbalah, the Kabbalah system. I think it's the tree of life. And it helps you to understand and live your true nature. So it focuses on you understanding your true nature, what comes natural to you, and because it believes that the mind, because I think about it this way, when you go to the mind always has to grab and make any decision. It has to grab from somewhere else, from behind you, from the past, from what somebody told you, from what you read, and that's how it makes decisions. It doesn't ever come from intuition, yourself, source. It comes from past experiences and what you've heard before. Your body is actually where most information, if you wanted to think of what's your best, what's happening now, maybe even in the future, that comes from something innate and natural to you, your body. So human design focuses on how do we come back to ourselves, our true natures, and operate from there in our bodies, rather than what society may have pressured us to be or become, or where they think we fit, or what the past, our parents may have influenced us on what they believe we should be. So it brings you back to your natural instincts and habits and even decision-making system based on who you are. So I love it because it helps me to communicate my needs, what I need and what I want better, and also help me understand how we all fit together. I can go deeper and deeper, but I don't know if you guys have any questions, or maybe you guys ever heard of human design?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah. It's pretty new. I think it's one of the newest, and that's why it's able to plug in every other system. It was channeled through a man named Ra, not the god Ra, but a man who named himself Ra. And he got a channeling of the system, and like all came down to download. Yeah. And then he like created this super complex, feels like alive, it's always moving, and it also aligns to like astrology. So the placements of the stars and planets also affect your chart, and different parts and pieces may light up and access new parts of you, something you might not have before. Yeah, they focus on 4 types. That is 4 types. There is 4 types. There's a generator who is 70% of the world. Generators are the workers, the builders, the ones who create and make things happen. They have the energy and the life source, they call it, which is the sacral chakra. The sacral center or chakra, there's a 9-center, 9-chakra system. They're the workers and builders. They have the projectors, which is the 20%. Projectors are the guides in this world. They're meant to guide because they have an ability to look inside someone and see the ways that you may be blocking yourself, ways that you see more aspects of a situation when they're recognized. So they have to be recognized in order to best use their abilities. There is 9% is the manifestors. They're the leaders of the world. Actually, a lot of the pharaohs and kings from back in the day were manifestors because they had influence. Doesn't mean they're the only person that can manifest. It just means they have more of an impact to everyone because they're meant to lead. And therefore, they have even more responsibility of how they lead, if it's for self purposes or if it's for humanity, betterment of humanity. They're just very influential people. And then the 1% is the reflectors. Reflectors are very rare because they are they reflect back everything. So however your charts may be, they basically absorb the whole chart and reflect you back to yourself. So whenever you meet a reflector, they're empty. They're on empty, and so they're very receptive people, and they take in life and they move through life. They're like chameleons, and they move through without. It's best for them to never grab onto anything because they can fit in any place, any society, any way of living. They can move through all of it easily, and they will help you understand yourself by mirroring. Question.
So the reflector is
Yes.
what is it? Spirit or
No, it's a type. It's a human design type. Basically, how human design is set up, you would see 9 center chakras, 9 centers, and the defined colored centers are a definite part of you, a consistent part of you. It's unshakable, unmovable. And then the ones that are white are open, receptive. That's where you learn from. That's where you get your lessons in life from. That's where you maybe struggle a little bit with, but you can be influenced through those centers. A reflector, it's all white. So it doesn't mean they don't have identity or wants or needs, but it means that all the ways of being can shift and move, and they, based on where they are, they can take in everything. So they can be different depending on who they're around.
so to do this analyzation,
Yeah.
you use a machine or something?
Actually, it's free. You can go on Google and look up human design chart and put in your birthday, your birth time, your
Okay,
birthplace,
there's a chart.
and you just do a chart. It's like astrology. It's
What
exact
happens
same
if you
thing.
don't know? You know where you were born, but not the time.
So with time, there's different ways. Some people, sometimes they'll intuitively try to figure it out or ask guide. And actually in the US you can, I think you can pay a service, you can pay to find out, what it is, or they can send you another birth chart. If not, people usually use 12 p.m. Or they jump around with increments of 9 noon, 9 a.m. or noon, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. to see which one fits the person more. But what I've learned from moving the times is the moon is really the only thing that really moves that much. It moves every 30 minutes, the moon will move. So your moon sign will change. Which may affect 1 or 2 things may shift in your chart, but usually not a drastic shift. So it couldn't be a deep reading, it would have to be a little bit more surface. Yeah.
So thank you
Go
so
on.
much. No, because you took his reading.
Yeah, I did.
If you don't mind, if you do, I will cut it short. I just want to know your your feedback.
And your experience.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Your
absolutely
experience.
love, you know, it gave me more of like scientific based understanding around my composition. Yes, at the energy level, but also at the like realistic level. And you know, I'm a very logical person, and so my spirituality must be met with my logical side. And I enjoyed the specific information that I was given through human design, that just, it is that it is. And I can choose to then take it and then further interpret based on the information that was given to me. But I definitely felt that it was an open understanding and a platform that, you know, I definitely feel you are very passionate about, because it has, you know, positively moved you. And so then feeling that excitement in me through you and the messages that I received, you know, made me open to a different platform to then discover myself. So I enjoyed it, and I also felt like you said earlier, it's a lot of ideas that have been combined into one. So it also feels like a very wholesome process where I've like met and done many different things just because I'm very into self-discovery and examining myself and learning more, and loving myself more in that way, just because my mind is always thinking like that. Human design feels very wholesome, and I didn't feel that there was anything incomplete that was lacking in a way. I also know that we could have talked for even longer than we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Man. And I always say the same thing with every self-discovery system. It's all about improving your life and understanding yourself more to have a better quality of life. So it's always with every system is what resonates with you, what you take with it, and what helps you understand yourself more, understand how you can operate more to better generate the life that you dream of or want. It's the point of every system, and that's why I love human design, because I am a person who is very spiritual, but I also realize I live on Earth, so I need something to connect them both and pull them both together, and I think it does a good job with that. Yeah. Let's see. So,
I'm interested.
Go ahead.
I'm really interested, so I'm jealous.
oh yes, I'll do
Wait,
do
You're gonna be next.
can you
Live.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Can you do like online, like?
Yes, I can do. I can do readings online. I'm actually offering readings online. I need to create a website. And what I like to add at the end is actually I learned energy work, a technique to help with you better aligning with your true nature, because society does push these limitation beliefs, mindsets, and conditioning on us. And so I've been talking to my guides, and we came up with a method and a way to remove some of that conditioning to better align you with yourself and true nature and something that you want to do and help that be clearer. It's very clear now. But yes,
Sounds interesting.
thank you for asking.
Yes. So once you have your contact,
Yeah,
let me know.
and we'll all be set up
In
and all
the
that.
description,
Thank you.
so people can find out.
Yes. But I would love to hear about more self-discovery systems.
Yeah.
Anyone has another one that they prefer or like or love?
Well, for me,
Yes.
like for self-discovery,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with there's so many people in the world with different personalities, their backgrounds, their trauma. So I feel like when you're around so many different kinds of people, you learn your characteristics. Like you could be with one group of friends where you're more quiet, and then another group of friends where they kind of bring out your wild side and more comfortable. So you talk more, you get to do more things outward. Or if you're more like what's it called, introvert,
Yes.
you like do stuff indoors, play some games. So you find out what you like and don't like in people and yourself. So, and with their experience, you might have something similar, then you'll learn from them. How did you deal with this? What did you get out of this? Who did you meet where you could like learn that outcome? So I know I said I don't like people, but there's also a really good benefits in meeting new people. You shouldn't stick with your own circle because that restricts you into broadening your personality. So I like where you could just like either go to a museum by yourself, go to an art show, do something that's different where you realize the world is much bigger than you thought. So I think with self-discovery, when you do so many things, that's either in your comfortable side or you want to just risk it. That's how you learn more about yourself.
So you're saying that mix between basically being a human being, experiencing life, going out, making connections or connections with people, you can understand yourself through those connections, as well as both finding what you find comfortable and safe, like a self-caring routine, or like getting out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And experiencing. Yeah, I agree.
Because there's so many places in the world. You could go backpacking by yourself around the world. You go with a group of friends, go with your partner. So you see the world outside of a two-way view. If that makes sense.
All the time.
I think Asia just said a very interesting thing because she said that this group of people, she has one character, you know, and this other group of people, different side of Asia sometimes. Like not only Asia, I think everybody, we have different kind of friends or different kind of group or I don't know, you know, socialize or something, or love life. So family, with family especially, we have different faiths. And we don't know that's real me or real us, real you or not. Because you grew up, you were born there, you grew up with them. And you are searching, like you said that, everybody's searching what kind of person we are. And we want to know, that's why we go to the, what do you call that? Palm reading, and also astrology, or like a psychic. And, you know, because they want to know what kind of person you are. Because we don't know. And we believe that what our parents said, or our teachers said, our friends said, but we don't know what we are, what kind of person we are. So we searching through the friends. So we communicate, we get the friends with someone, we talk, and we feel like we belong to here. But someday you meet someone really interesting and very new, and you suddenly discover yourself, it's different side. So we have different side, but we don't know what is true you. Actually, every side of you is you. It's not, this is not fake, this is not fake, this is not fake, but including fake, I think everything is you. Because you can fake, it means it's you too. But because I'm psychic, heaven or above or God or whatever you call, you can call anything you feel comfortable. I call heaven or above. They want us to know, enjoy, because this is you, this is your life. You can create yourself. You can create your own life. God said, I'm not creating your path. I'm not writing the script, anything about your life. You are the one who writes the script of your life, and you are the one who creates yourself. God is not, because God gave us the chance to play around, to experience, because we want to experience. That's why we were born. We chose to be born. And so this is the free world, and especially when we become adults, we are free more than when we were little. Like Asia was little, and I said, Asia, don't do it. But Asia, do it. Something like that. Parents do it. I'm not that kind of school.
But it's like
for parents.
yeah.
But when everybody we all grow up, we can choose where you wanna go. We can choose, what you wanna do. When you are little, parents say, or some other adults say around you, or teachers say. But when you become adults, you are so excited, you're free. But at the same time, you're gonna wonder what kind of person I am, what kind of life I wanna have. That's the adventure. It's really, really fun, excited. But for some people, it's scary. And a lot of people, I think you guys know that especially you, a lot of people is scared to find what truly you are. And you feel it, you sense it, but you don't want to know, right?
Yeah, with comfortability, familiarity and comfortability is where people feel they think it's the safest. Even if they're in a storm and things are falling over and they're a bit miserable, it's comfortable and it's familiar, and they don't want to venture to the unknown or take a risk. And so they say stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
But it also is hard though, because it's like when you, at some point you think, this is me, this is who I am. And then when you meet somebody or you come into a new environment where something else changes your insight of who you are, it's like, is this who I am only because of this new environment, or is this new person? Am I gonna go back to the new thing? Is this just a in the moment situation? That's how the mind scares you, because it's like, is this really me? Am I just playing a part? Am I just being a follower? And this is like I'm comfortable in the moment, or is this really who I am? It's so hard to really know. But for me, I feel like if it's a constant thinking in your mind that this is really who you are, then it's who you are. But your life always has a crack. Like the door is always halfway open where something new could just come in and attaches.
Tricky stuff is that you always worry about the acceptance from the others and judgment, and a lot of people say, I don't care about what other people say, other people think, but we do. We care about it. So that's why it takes time to find what you truly are. And like I said, heaven said that everything is you, because everything is your choice. And so if you really want to be true to yourself, if you really want to find what you really are, be honest to your heart, be honest to what you want, what you like. Be honest, simple, that's it. And it can change, If you like in the teenager red color red, that's fine. But it changed to the black in the other day, that's fine. But eventually when you aged, or when you through experience, the color your favorite is might be changed, and it's okay. But don't lie to yourself, that's it. If that group of people say orange is really cute, yeah, but if you don't like orange, you don't need to say yeah. Oh yeah, they like orange. Maybe orange, if you don't like orange, you can say, oh, maybe orange is beautiful, and encouraging color to other people. If you don't like it that time, you don't need to say yeah, it's beautiful or something like that. But it might change your impression about the orange. You can change it. It can be changed. It's okay to change, but be honest. Don't push yourself to accept it or admit or to talk like other people. That's all. Be simple.
I agree.
Right? But it's a hard thing to do though. Be simple.
And it does involve risk that maybe you're willing to take, risk for yourself. And it's interesting with even like a therapist I have now. My friend asked me, how do I find such a good therapist? And I was like, I risk saying no to the others. I risk expressing what I wanted in order to allow what I wanted to come to me or in order to choose it. And I have enough grace on myself. Because another thing I wanted to touch on what you were saying is another thing that helps is grace. And having that grace in yourself if something does change, if something is new. Giving yourself grace when you change your mind. Because if you think about what other people might think of us if we change, if I'm a person, I will change my plans the day of. Like, I've had a flight that was paid for to come, because I live in Mexico City, to come back to the US. I had a flight paid for, and on that day, I decided, I changed my mind. I didn't want to come anymore.
No money back?
Actually, thankfully, my mom was helping me. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. But my mom did use her points, so if you have your points, you can just get it back. So I was really happy about that. But I did, the last minute was just like, I'm so sorry. I was crying about it too. And it was interesting because I thought that my mom wouldn't. It sounds weird, but I feel like my mom would hate me for it, and like my family wouldn't love me because it was Thanksgiving too.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like. And so I thought, so I was crying on the phone, like, I'm scared you guys won't love me anymore. And my sister and my mom was like, are you crazy? Like, it's fine. It's like, it's not a big deal. And it's funny how little grace I have on myself around it. But the people who love you will have grace with you. Be like, it's okay to change your mind.
It's like this, your family. So it's like,
God
you
bless
always
your
want
family.
their approval.
Yeah.
You always want their approval if it's like that hard thing where you don't want to disappoint.
Yeah.
It's always going to be like that.
Right.
So until they say, okay, it's okay, you're going to always panic.
I'm a panic.
That small thing is always going to be so big until you hear the words, it's okay.
Right.
So
I'm just bawling.
I would be too.
Wow. Yeah, well,
She wouldn't even allow me to do that.
I'm about to say, your friend's answer, she would be like, no, they hate you. I'm like, okay. That's why I cried.
I also enjoy remembering that the only constant is change itself. And so to then take it a step further with like what you were saying, sometimes, well, all the time, we just want to be validated through our family to know that it is okay. And then taking it a step further within myself, I can reassure myself that change is always okay. And as I've gotten older, I mean, I've disappointed many by saying no or by not following through with a certain thing, or, you know, running with an idea that was given to me because it just didn't sit right in my body. And even if I didn't have the words to describe what it was that I felt or what it was that I knew in that moment, I could not deny the change within that happened first, that then initiated the external change that I had to express. And I feel so too in, you know, more experiences around change and using self-discovery through change with me, I've learned how to really alleviate myself from creating crisis and creating pain and suffering and disease, you know, that dis-ease within just festers. And I encourage all of my friends, definitely my family, anyone that knows me, to really follow that gut place that even if it says to change in the moment, it's okay. And to really validate and appreciate that knock at the door within you that does say that. And I love how, you know, you were saying you felt like so emotionally charged speaking with your mom and just being so afraid that there would be, you know, a riff or something that would happen that would just not be a great turnout in that way. But you really honored yourself first, and so then just speaking that externally, oh my God, it's like light comes in through a window in that moment for others, because you feel it, you know. And I think that there's also like a lot of information that's always being passed back and forth, like through the internet and through like our social media, and there's just a lot that we can tap into. But really knowing that that like internal change is like always there, I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah. You know, I think everybody knows about it. You know, coloring book. You know, coloring. And for the kids, if there is a sun and the blue sky and the trees and the flowers, and if some child color the sun to the black, and the teachers or the parents said, why sun is black? Sun is yellow, right? Something like
It has to be.
It has to be. And the trees has to be green. And if somebody said, some child colored purple, they gonna be asked why it's purple. And why it's purple, why means like it's already judgment there from the adult.
It's already wrong.
Yeah, but for the children, that's what they want.
And it's purple trees.
Yeah, that's what universe. Yes, that's true. Universe said that any color is fine for the moon and the stars and the sun.
And the sun
flowers.
is also black when the moon.
Yes,
touches
moon
it.
is also
So
moon.
it's kind of
Moon,
correct.
right. It's there. Right, something like that. You know, that's our life is the coloring, and the universe and the creator or angels. Any message tell us any color is fine. Your ego said, no, I have to be like this. I have to put the flowers, the red, the rose is red, and something like that. Sunflower has to be yellow. But universe said, it's okay. The sunflower is beautiful, but they don't know what they have to be. They want to blow up, and it became that yellow. That's it. And if you want to color to the purple or the pink, pink sunflower, that's fine. That's what you want. That's what you feel. That's what you believe that time. That's fine. So universe said that. That's fine to us. Be natural. Be honest to yourself. Our ego tell us, no, I cannot be like this. Somebody gonna say no. My mom gonna say no. My teacher gonna say no. My brother gonna say no. Or something like that. Yeah, my friend gonna criticize me for that. But no more boys is blue, girls are pink. That's no more, right? We don't have that kind of world. Any color we can do. They can choose. They can own. They can do own. They can choose their own. And I think it's good for us, and it's too good to be, for the children. They can color whatever they want to do. So that permission we are receiving every moment from the heaven. But we human being, already accept only
One
things,
tradition.
yes, one traditions, and we have to break through it, and we have to be free. Every color is beautiful, right? Yes.
That's what I love about human design, because that's the system is about. It's actually the first step of the system when you begin human design. It's called deconditioning, and it's literally releasing society's rules and conditioning and holds and how should be, and releasing those words and deconditioning all these things of what you thought you should do to please someone else or society or be successful. I need to be this, I need to have this, I need to have these kids, I need to get married. I'm deconditioning all of it to then look at what draw, bury you, and what is my colors for my coloring book? What am I? Who am I?
Yeah, that's why I love that you're traveling, especially because it's like United States, New York, Connecticut, wherever you are, we all is stuck by how we live. So when you go to different countries where the guys are marrying 5 wives, where over here it's not a norm.
Yeah.
So it's like different countries, you see how they see, you see how they grew up and what their traditions are, and you see how different and how open the eyes open they are with things. They're not so constricted with one. Or what's that country? I think it's Thailand or Vietnam, where it's not girl and boy. So it's more like personality wise they live by. That's what I like. So it's not so constricted on one thing. Girls gotta wear dresses, guys gotta wear suits or sneakers, pants. you just
And they're
open.
all
You just
accepted.
exactly. They're all accepted, no questions asked. So that gives you time and energy to create your being. That's why I love. That's what's good about traveling, because you still have your world, but there's other worlds within.
Yeah. You can put that on self-discovery list, traveling.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
With
sure.
money, you need money first.
Oh yes.
Just to break a rumor, you don't need a ton of money. You just need to budget well.
Budget.
You budget well, go into hostels, talk about local foods, meet locals. You can make a lot of things work. I traveled all through Europe for a month in 10 cities with 3,000. For 3,000. 10 cities,
Wow.
1 full month in Europe.
Is it possible? It was
I'm
possible.
Still alive, I'm still here, it's possible, yes. It's
Great.
amazing.
Just get life
Budget,
insurance.
budget.
Life insurance. Get that.